if you're using it in a way that you're bringing down, not to be all peace and love and J. Coley about it, but if you're using it in a way to bring down your fellow artists and
J. Coley about
yeah,
it.
and if you're using it in channeling the inner spirit of J. Cole. What is going on? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 30% podcast. The 30% podcast. This week, someone asked me what the 30% podcast was, and I almost forgot. Of course, I didn't. No, that's false.
What did you say?
No, I told them. Yeah, it's about the we worked on it. I mean, it came up when we were looking at the Kenyan music scene, and we figured out that just 30% of Kenyan music is played on Kenyan radio, and we're playing all these other songs, and we're really vibing to all those other songs. But we really need to grow. We need to grow our music industry, so we need to play more Kenyan music. And so that's why we called it the 30% podcast. And I did not get wow, that's really. I was waiting for wow, that's really insightful. I didn't get none of that. They were just like, oh, okay. How do you search for it on Instagram? I was like, all right, you guys are. Anyway, welcome to the 30% podcast. This is I am Sam. I do not like green eggs and ham. I like ham. I don't know about green eggs. And I'm here with the greatest of all time, the legendary, the slightly sick Afam Efuna. Afam, what's going on, man? Sorry, I lit you up.
As Sam has just said, I am feeling a bit under the
weather.
Yeah,
but energy though. Why do people? Why you don't be sulking when you're sick?
I don't have any, and I'm very energyless.
Oh dang!
Right now, but yes, I'm here, man. I'm here.
Hosted by Sam and the energyless Afam. Shout out to everyone who's listening. Thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate each and every one of you. We love bringing this thing to you. We love doing it, and generally love talking about the industry, and that's what we do here. We talk about the Kenyan industry with the hopes to bring awareness to the industry and just have conversations that need to be had. A lot of these conversations are not really had. We talk about artists and the mushene stuff, but it's really interesting. I mean, not interesting, sorry. It's really important to talk about the things that make up the industry, the things that break up the industry, and everything in between. So that's what we're here to do. It's just from the perspective of two producers, industry professionals in the game. And yeah, we just hope we're doing some good here. You can listen to this on Spotify. It's on YouTube video. I was gonna say YouTube video on YouTube and YouTube Music. You can listen to us there. Please like, subscribe, all that business. It's on Apple, the Apple platform, and it is also on. Is that what I missed? Spotify, YouTube, and Apple. That's it, right?
Yes. Essentially.
And we're also on social media. Okay. Yeah. And to find us, of course, you can search for the 30% podcast. We're on social media as well. The 30% pod on Instagram, on Threads, on X/Twitter, and on LinkedIn for some linking and building. And yes, please engage with us. Share this to people who you think would benefit from the conversations. We've been having some really good feedback recently. We really enjoy that. So share this with people who you think would benefit from the conversation. Artists, industry professionals, your mama, anyone who would benefit from this. Sorry. We're going to... I probably looked at me weird, and now I feel so scared. No, forget I said that, please. Artists, industry professionals, and anyone else who you think would benefit from it. So, yes, let's get into what we are getting into. Afam, what's up? Sorry about the sickness, man.
Man, yeah, I caught a cold, but I don't know what it is, man. It's like, yeah, it's like a flu/cold, but then also like it's been weird because I'm feeling like a stomach bug as well. So it's just I feel very icky right now. But other than that, it's just been about recovery. During the, I mean, that's what I've been doing the week. I can't even speak. Like English is lost on me right now.
Is there a link between your stomach
that's
and
how
your
my
brain?
week. Oh yeah, that's how my week has been. Really, just me being under the weather.
Dang, sorry, man.
Aside from that, just been working on a bunch of music. I actually made a ton of beats this week. Also been working on editing videos.
I've been seeing
which
that.
has been really interesting.
Yeah,
Just kind of tinkering, seeing what the algorithm likes. Sometimes it's like, well, am I gonna sit around and wait to like find like dope video editors to like kind of do stuff for me, or like I'm just gonna learn it myself? So just kind of decided to learn how to because it's easier. It's just way easier. So that's currently what the industry has done to me, man. It has also made me
video editor
figure out how to edit videos.
Oh man.
Because unfortunately, you also just have to find innovative ways to market the music, and that's what that's what's been in my mind a lot this week. Just thinking about how can I market music and merge that with visuals with a limited budget. And I was like, okay, yes, now, because since I have a limited budget, let me learn how to do the videos. So that's really what my week has been.
Are there any similarities between editing and like editing videos and editing beats? Because we do edit beats. Essentially, that's what we're doing, is we edit beats.
Yeah, actually there are a lot of similarities, man. I really respect the craft of like editing videos. It's really fun. Although it's really nice because it's like you spend a long time editing a 30-second clip and you put a lot of effort into the transitions and the cuts and like the timing of things and everything. Yeah, just for 30 seconds, but like it's really fulfilling once you do something. Like there's sometimes you have like some really random moments of like, this is actually insane. Like there's one edit I made, and I was just experimenting things. So I just like cut the clip. And then I chopped it into like multiple pieces.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain this. I chopped it into multiple
audio podcast.
This is an audio, and I'm doing hand gestures.
You're trying to describe editing in an audio podcast. Yeah, let's see how you do this.
Yeah, but like I chopped it into multiple pieces. I left spaces in between, and then I gradually increased like the volume of the music bed, and like I don't know how to and then I timed the drop perfectly. It was such an amazing like thing, like I did like just on the spur of the moment, and I was like, yeah, this is actually really fun. I'm kind of, so I've been just like editing on CapCut because like it's free, but of late they've introduced they've introduced a pro version, and I'm so upset with CapCut, man. You guys were supposed to be for the people, man. Why did you have to make a pro version? And then like, because now like there's a bunch of dope transitions. There's a bunch of dope transitions, effects, and all that type of stuff that's now in the pro tier. And I'm like, bro, like we had this stuff for free literally 2 weeks ago. Like, why? This was so unnecessary, man. Capitalism is annoying.
They knew that Afam was going to start editing and he's going to need this thing, so we need to get Afam's money.
Yeah, they get you hooked, but you know what? I will not pay for your service. There we go. In fact, you might
You're the
lose
one who's
a user.
losing.
Thanks.
You can't say
I'll find a different.
Why are you boycotting and you need?
No. How am I losing? I'll find a different platform to edit on. Yeah, there you go. You lost a dedicated user. Ha. Well, okay. Maybe one day CapCut will want to like sponsor this podcast. At which point I'd like to say CapCut.
We're not doing this.
I was unwell. That day, and like I wasn't thinking
brain heart connection again. That brain heart connection. Oh, that's cool. Sorry about the sickness though. It's really crazy. I'm sure you want to be outside and just linking and building and doing a lot, but you're stuck in the house.
It's so hot over here. I don't even want to be outside.
Oh dang! Is it summer? It's summer, right? Dang, how can you have a cold in summer?
It's like summer, but it's like the end of spring.
Okay.
I think.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
How about yourself? How's your week?
I've been chill. To be honest with you, I'm not even going to lie. There's not much that has happened between the last time you asked me that question and right now. It's just been work,
Are
man.
the days just blurring together?
The days are moving quickly. It's a weird space where the days are moving fast enough for me to notice they're moving fast, but not fast enough for me to not notice. What? That's made sense in my head. But anyway, they are blurring in some aspects. And Saturday is Friday, and Friday is Monday, and yesterday and the day before yesterday was Sunday. So I don't know what's happening. But it's cool though. Progress, getting some work done. Been doing some writing songs, which is fun. Writing songs, writing melodies. That's cool. I'm taking care of my stray cats, who have become much more clingy than I would like them to be. But that's that. Not to bore people with that. So yeah, man, we're here to talk about the industry. Let's get into it.
Okay. There wasn't much happening this week as per news, but I guess an interesting thing that happened earlier in the week was we saw posts from Nyashinski and Savara, as well as the Madaraka Festival page, kind of announcing that the highly anticipated USA tour for 2024, hosted by Madaraka Festival, would be without its headliner, Nyashinski, as well as a few other guests such as Savara. And so, just reading from their Instagram, they say they released a statement saying, throughout the past decade, the Madaraka Festival has proudly stood as the most enduring African music festival. Our commitment has seen us grow from a single annual event in Seattle to a vibrant celebration spanning 13 cities this year. As we near our 10th anniversary, we are excited to mark this significant milestone with all of you. However, regrettably, due to unforeseen visa processing issues impacting some of our headline performers, we find it necessary to postpone the festival to a later date within the year. And then they say Ticketmaster will be sending emails to all current ticket holders with instructions and information on refunds, and refunds will be available at point of purchase. Nyashinski also released a statement saying, "We regret to announce that due to factors beyond our control, we will be unable to perform at the USA Madaraka Festival 2024. Despite the diligent efforts of the organizers, they were unable to secure visas for our team's entry into the US. We had very much looked forward to the tour, and we sincerely apologize for all the inconvenience this has caused." I know a lot of people are very disappointed. I mean, and I'm sure a lot of money has been lost, because I'm sure it was a huge investment already. So it's unfortunate that they won't be touring. How do you feel about this? Like, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, I mean,
seeing the cancellation and stuff.
It always sucks, because it's an opportunity to grow, or to celebrate music, right? So that's terrible. That's whack. It's not good. And all the opportunities. I'm not just thinking about Nyashinski and Savara. I'm thinking about all the people that are going with them, the people in the bands, and just the people play in the background, who have like a really good opportunity to add to their artist resume and add to the experience of playing shows in a different country and all that business.
Abroad.
So that must be very disappointing. And also, since the announcement, I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of practice time that has been put into it, money spent into preparing, which is I won't say it's lost, because they could always use what they've prepared for later on, but then just that anticipation linked with the loss, I guess that's just kind of sad. It would have been good to see, again, because we haven't really seen Nyashinski. We've seen Shin City here, and we've really wanted to see him perform outside. So it would have been really good to see that. I guess now we have to wait for that and hope that there's a new avenue to
Yeah.
I mean, that it comes around again. Who was he taking on the tour again? Savara and Eddie Kenzo?
I would have to confirm
Yes.
because it was Nyashinski, Eddie Kenzo, Savara of Sauti Soul, Dynamic, and Naomi Achu.
Yeah. You see, those are also artists who are really looking forward to, breaking ground in that way. So
And the tour was actually, well, it was supposed to start today.
wow. Oh, really?
Oh my God, it was actually supposed to be in Dallas. So that would just be like an hour from where I am.
Of course, you'd
Maybe
be going,
it's something
right,
I
to
would
support
have
your Kenyan
considered
people.
going, considering, yeah.
Considering.
And then
Yeah.
Houston, Boston, and then New York, and then it was supposed to end at Seattle on the 17th of June. Well, they were gonna go to Dallas, Houston, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Denver, San Francisco, Phoenix, and LA. Wow, that was actually a really dope, man. Even me, I'd feel very disappointed if why is it bruh? This is my frustration with America. Like getting a visa as a Kenyan to America is such a long process.
Yeah.
man. Like
The process has become, it seems like it's become more difficult, at least from the feedback I was getting.
They intentionally make it so difficult. You can apply for like one of those visa meetings, like it could even take like months.
And you pay for that joint too, right?
And then you
pay for it.
Yeah,
and then
you pay for that
just to
joint
get rejected.
as well. Yeah.
Do you think
It's actually annoying? And then they ask you for hella information that just seems irrelevant.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Who was your primary school teacher? Like
You
bro,
don't know him. You don't know him.
What does it have to do with anything?
Don't worry, you don't know
What does this
him.
have to do with anything, man?
Yeah.
Like I don't know why it's so weird. Like sometimes I look at this world and I'm like, man, like we've complicated so many things in life. Like we're all human beings. Like why does it have to be like, okay, it's like getting into a country is such a special
to play the
thing,
devil,
but like we can get into your country without any like difficulty. Like why is things so one directional? You know what I mean? Just because you're I don't know.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay,
To play
what
the
was
devil's
your
advocate, I get that
advocate?
because security, right? Security is really paramount. Security is one of
It's
a
security,
country's
yes.
biggest. So they should be as no, I won't use that word. They should be as stringent with security as they possibly can. Do you think the government should try and figure out a way? And this is just me shooting out a thought that I'm currently processing as I'm saying it. Right? Do you think the government should try and figure out a way to work with the different embassies to create like maybe a special thing for artists and for art?
Yes, definitely. Because I feel like it's such a dope opportunity to one, spread the agenda of what's happening in Kenya, Kenyan music. Like you never know what's gonna come out from Kenyans touring the world.
Yeah.
That's so much dope opportunity that can be reinvested into the country. So I think the government should take a vested interest in some of these things because like they should intervene how they can. Like if we can get you guys visas, then let's. Because I feel like the country stands to benefit in some way, whether it's even through advertising the fact that Kenya has artists who are eligible to like tour in Europe or America. Like it brings a lot of attention, and then you never know who's like Americans might listen to Savara and be like, "Fam, this is fire."
No, yeah, it grows the creative.
He makes more money as a result of all those eyeballs. I don't know.
It grows the creative economy, and I think that's one of the things that
does.
the current president said that he wants to do. Is grow the
the current president. What a guy.
He's currently over there actually.
No, he just landed.
Is he?
He landed, I believe today. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
He's in Kenya now.
Yeah, he's back. But anyway, yeah, he was there doing what he was doing. Maybe those are some of the talks he was having. Who knows?
Getting snubbed by the likes of Tyler Perry.
That's wild. I don't want to say it.
Our whole president. Imagine our whole president being snubbed by an actor.
Crazy. It's crazy.
By Madea.
Imagine Madea serving a whole head of state. He has an army under his control, and it's been snubbed by Madea. Man, but shout out to him.
now that we're here, man. Now that this is just like a sidebar, I suppose, man. Like that whole trip, it doesn't sit right with me, man. They spent so much money just like hiring the private jet, and then like carrying like the whole entourage he had, like
Yeah.
a lot of people kept on saying he even traveled with a comedian. But like it's just weird, especially considering how tough times are economically in the country, man.
And
And then you just see the lavish lifestyle these guys are living.
it's kind
and
of
this guy, bro, like just to finish this thought, but you're going to like Tyler Perry studios, you're meeting Shaq, you're meeting Steve
Shaquille
Harvey,
O'Neal
like you're looking
is on
like
the
he's like
docket.
he's using our money, our taxpayer money, to go out there and like fulfill his like oh like
Bro,
meeting
he's always wanted
celebrities
to
and
meet
people we
Madea.
see
He
on
liked the
TV.
Madea films.
Bro sounded so kienyeji. I saw a video of him like shaking hands with Steve Harvey, and then
this is the
he's
president
like,
you're
he's
talking
like,
about.
this is
fam.
you in real life.
This is the president
This
you're
is
talking
how.
about.
Okay, sorry.
We don't
But
want to
it
get
sounded
banned.
a bit. Okay, we wouldn't get banned, but like it's okay. Now you're making me.
Just go.
But like you're going to Steve Harvey to be like, oh, this is how you look in real life. I'm like, bro, you're the president. Could you have a
Wait, did
little
he say
bit
that?
more
Because I
like
didn't see
swag
that.
to
I didn't
you,
see that.
bro?
But
He did.
Oh,
He was
no.
like, oh, this is how you look in real life. Ha 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 ha. I'm like, bro, you're making us look so backward. Like Kenyans don't like be watching shit. Yes,
we might
like,
be going to school on lions actually. Maybe we really might be,
I don't know.
be swinging with the monkey in the tree.
Well, they claim to have gotten like a lot of benefits from America, but like,
Yeah. I mean, hopefully the
I don't know
hope is
about,
that
like,
he's done like something that would benefit, because spending all that tax money for the trip, and of course Kenyans are never going to see back here at home. Are never going to see anything like that as a positive thing, because it's our money that you're using, and it seems very, very. It seems a bit.
They seem to have secured a lot
overkill.
of like funds and stuff for anti-corruption, which is ironic because I have a feeling that money will go into
now I'm getting
somebody's
tight. Can we
pocket.
let's leave politics, man. I'm getting tight. You're going to get. You're going to get. You're good. Actually, we could actually just segue into content creation, and sort of there's a little thing that's bubbling.
Oh yeah, and the fact that he taxes everything that moves. Please, go
Everything
ahead.
that moves. At some point, they're going to figure out a roundabout way to taxing itself. Like, I'm pretty sure this guy.
I'm telling you, they might come for podcasting. They might come for podcasting.
Oh, shucks on them. I don't know more on
Pretty
this thing.
soon we might be. Actually, let me not put that energy in the world. Let me not. Put
Oh no!
that
Wait!
energy out there.
Wait! Afam, brilliant segue, because they are actually already coming for podcasting. It's so.
Tell me how, Sam.
So, I see what you did. So this is a very new developing story, but I think it's really important. So I think it was it was today morning on the internet. The main story happened yesterday, I think. I'm not sure. The timeline is kind of weird. But today morning, I'm online just going through, seeing what's going on, catching up on my industry news and everything like that. And I saw a really popular podcast, the Ikonini podcast, have gotten, well, the host of the Ikonini, one of the hosts of the Ikonini podcast, Mwafrika, he was, I think it's actually in the States. He went on a little rant. I think they had gotten a legal document, as we would put it, a legal document from the Kenya Film and Classification Board, and he was just on. It's on YouTube. If you need to go see it, it's probably really important for content creators to just catch up on what's happening, because it's going to affect everyone. He was ranting about what they had sent. So basically, he had gotten a legal document saying, requesting, I think, that, or rather putting forth the idea that content creators, specifically on YouTube, I think that was the major thing on YouTube. Of course, they have a podcast, but they post the video on YouTube. So content creators on YouTube are going to need licenses to post their content on YouTube, which we'll get into that, but that off the bat doesn't make much sense. And then also the second thing that they put in the legal document is that content creators are probably going to have to start sending in their content before it's posted for examination, and basically screening is what it is. It's a fancy way of saying screening.
I actually have a copy of the document here, but this one was sent to Mamito Eunice, who is a famous comedian. She also got like hit with the same thing, and it says it's a compliance with the Kenya Film Classification Board regulations, and they're saying refer to the above matter and write to you as follows: that our attention has been drawn to your YouTube channel, Mamito Eunice, where you have continuously uploaded audiovisual content for purposes of exhibiting and distributing it to the public without acquiring the requisite filming licenses from the KFCB. That Section 15 of the Films and Stage Plays Act mandates that the Kenyan Film Classification Board to regulate the creation, broadcasting, possession, distribution, and exhibition of film and broadcast content in the country. That further, Section 4 of the Act requires all filmmakers producing film within Kenya within Kenya for public exhibition or sale locally or internationally to obtain a filming license. Additionally, Section 12 requires that all classes of film being distributed, exhibited, or broadcasted within Kenya must be examined by KFCB and a certificate of approval issued. I'm about to finish. This is the last part.
No, go ahead.
They say that consequently, we demand that you strictly comply with the requirements of the Film and Stage Plays Act by obtaining filming licenses for your films and submit them for examination and classification before the same is exhibited and distributed to the public through your YouTube channel. Wow. And lastly, they say, take notice that unless you comply with the above in the next 14 days, in brackets 14, we shall institute legal proceedings in accordance with the provisions of the Films and Stage Plays Act and other relevant laws without further reference to you and at your own risks as to costs and other attendant consequences thereto. Yours sincerely, CPA Pascal Opio. Sam.
So
that's horrible. That's so horrible for creatives, man.
So it's a developing story. So it's very fresh, very new, of course. So we're definitely going to keep covering it, but then just to get into it a little bit. First off, Afam, tell me how.
It's just another. Go ahead.
How?
Sorry.
No, and we're getting there. How on earth are they going to vet every single video? What's the plan? How many creators do you want to do that for? And this affects musicians because your music videos at some point you're going to have to turn them in to get vetted. Like what? First, okay. That's like I said, that's problem number 2. Problem number 1, why do we need a license to put things on YouTube? YouTube is not owned by I'm so confused, bro. I'm so confused.
It's free. Like YouTube is a free to upload platform. If I want to post cat videos on YouTube, why do I have to send them?
Why am I sending
to
in my
the
cat
government to approve? Yeah, like 1, 2. This is honestly, like, if we're being honest, this is just part of like the regime we're under right now, which is let's just tax every single thing that we can find. How do we? That's that's what it is. It's like licenses, of course. Like that's what they want. They just want to make an extra buck. They don't really care.
They don't have the capacity
about the
to do what they're saying they want to do.
They don't even have the capacity to do it anyway. They just want to be paid, bro. Like, do you know how many people post YouTube videos every day?
How many content creators
in the
and
country?
Then what if now they see, oh wait, guys on Instagram are making money, then they move to Instagram and then TikTok? That's ridiculous. How many people do you need to hire?
It sets a horrible precedent. They might even start like being like, nah, y'all can't even post like Instagram stories or Snapchat stories.
Yo, why is it
like, why is China?
Why is it that when people say that they want to grow something, and on this side of the world, like we all want to make this thing better, we want to work, we end up angering the people doing the thing. Like, okay, now here's the thing. This is the thing. Creators actually need to. This sounds ridiculous, and unless we are completely misinterpreting what's going on, and maybe there's a better explanation. This sounds absolutely ridiculous, and creators need to like band together and start. This is the point where, and I was thinking about this while I was
no, we will band together, and we cannot let this be a thing. They cannot take our creativity.
We are at a point in different industries, in the film industry, and let me just sidetrack a little bit. Why are they focusing on content creators rather than actual films? Like I've talked to a lot of people in the film industry, and they're saying there's no funding, there's no support from the government, there's no, we don't have the proper structures, we don't have the proper distribution. Why can't the government focus on that, and the Kenya Film Classification Board, whatever they're called, focus on that and try and make that system robust? Why are they going for small-time content creators? Like, I feel like there's bigger fish to fry. There's bigger things to pay attention
it's like
to.
Even, first of all, even like the structures in place are not even that great. As everybody knows, man, the CPMs that we
super
get
low
in our side of the
compared
world
to other countries
are super low. So it's not like you have like if people are now to start paying licenses to upload videos, they're gonna have to be going out of pocket. They won't even be going out of like the
and you know that
money
that amount is going to be a high amount too.
Right? And so it's just annoying, bro. It's just like, bro, come on, can we just live here and like figure out also how to make livings for ourselves, man? And this stifles creativity. It's not gonna happen. I've refused. There's no reality I'm living
like
in. You have to pay licenses to upload.
It's craziness.
And it's gonna go, bro. It's even gonna, like you said, it's like even us, like, bro, like they're gonna be like, yeah, you all need to like, what? Yeah. What are you talking about?
Creatives do need to, like I was saying, creatives definitely need, like, I feel like we're getting to a point in the film industry, like things are just bubbling. If you hear the different conversations going about, like, I think people are getting fed up. We're getting tired of the same things being told to us and the system's not working. So I do feel like people, like creatives now, like, bro, listen, if you're a creative out there, like, it's time to, if we don't start the fight to ensure that we have a working, creative economy, if we keep cowering behind a lot of these things and don't like speak up about something, and when I say speak up, it's not just like talk about it. It's like fight it till the end. It's whether the mentality of we are going to work to get this thing sorted out, whether the end result works in our favor or not, we're going to work as hard as we can to make it work enough. And we all have to hold hands and do this together, because individuals doing this, it's just not strong enough to get it done, you know? And I hate to sound activisty. In fact, maybe I love to sound activisty in this situation, because it's ridiculous. I mean, these are things that we are going to keep seeing. And if we don't stand up against it, even in the music industry, with the whole MCSK thing that we've seen year after year after year after year after year, and it's just complaining and banding together in our small groups and saying, oh, this guy is blah, 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 and maybe even starting something small, but not really doing much about it. Like, this might be the time to actually start banding together as creatives and taking our economy to where we want it to be, rather than let it be dictated to us, you know, kind of deal. I don't know whether I'm being a little bit too much with it, but it's really annoying. Like, it pisses me off.
Yeah,
it really
you're
pisses
being
me off.
adequately. In fact, I would. You should even be more outraged, man.
We should all be outraged. This is crazy.
It really is outrageous.
This is crazy.
Man.
Imagine having to submit a license to do your Get Ready With Me videos. Imagine that. Imagine that. Tell me who is...
Yeah. What?
That's ridiculous.
Oh my God. Like I'm showing you guys how I made the beat to like song.
Yeah, but
X.
you have to submit a license. You have to give that to someone to vet, to see whether you're... And another thing that Moff brought up when he was talking about it, right? So he said that this might be another way for the government to just censor information. Because, and his reasoning for that, and you can check, go to the Ikonini page on YouTube, right? So he said that there's a lot of people online who are giving like very raw, unfiltered opinions on political matters, right? It's a political thing. Yeah. And so the government saying, okay, send me your videos so that we can know whether that obviously just seems like there's like, all right, because then now
it takes away your freedom of speech, because somebody is determining whether or not you are allowed to say what you're saying. You know?
Yeah. And we've sort of seen this happen with also Ezekiel Mutua and some of the messes that he's gotten himself into in terms of freedom of speech. So that could be another angle that we are looking at in terms of, like, are they trying to censor the information that we're putting out? What about the laws that we have?
We need to band together, man.
It's kind of crazy, man. So hey, fam, this is why we just be tired, man. This is why people just leave the country and go elsewhere, because it feels like the government is against the people. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into it because I'm starting to feel like they're watching me.
It's annoying. It's annoying. I get you,
to my
bro.
phone. Anyway.
Okay. In more music industry news, I guess this is the last thing I kind of have with the news, man. It was a bit of a slow news week, I'm not gonna lie. There's some bubbling beef. We talked about Stoopid Boy.
That name
before when he had. I know it sounds like I'm insulting him, but like we talked about Stoopid Boy. Like when with his beef with Dr. Ofweneke and not being paid for the interview. Well, I'm going to assume he got paid for this interview he had with Mungai Eve.
Yeah.
Where I guess the most salacious thing that comes out of this not salacious, sorry. The most, what's the word? Not clickbaity, but like this was what the blogs were going with. Yeah, the blogs were going with him going. Yeah, they were going off with on him. They were going off with his comments on Willy Paul, essentially saying that Willy Paul has a huge ego and he hates him with all his heart and soul.
Okay.
And you could really feel the hate in which he was saying. So I think what happened was, I think what happened was he was with Willy Paul. He's been in and around those circles, and I think he had asked for like a collab or something of the sort. And
it was it's curved.
Yeah, it looks like
blue ticked.
Yeah, it looks like Willy Paul was dubbing him. He says Willy Paul even threatened him at some point. Like, well, I'm just gonna say it's alleged. I'm just gonna say it's alleged.
An alleged in there,
so
please.
let me not put myself in this beef now. But like, essentially, he's just very, very outspoken against Willy Paul, and then it descends into him kind of just like. Just kind of insulting Willy Paul a little bit with some very, very funny one-liners here, which I'm not gonna get to.
That's not this podcast. But let's leave that for the other podcast.
Like, so I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I feel like Stoopid Boy is very like outspoken and he wears his heart on his sleeve. I think one thing I felt about Stoopid Boy is I appreciate that the fact that he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's raw, he's unfiltered, and sometimes the industry needs that a lot. So hey, listen, this is a developing story which I am paying attention to. Because, Willy Paul, obviously, you see, he's established in the industry. He knows a lot of people. I just know how people are. He's probably gonna try and make it tough for Stoopid Boy to exist. But like,
I don't know, man. I feel like on Stoopid Boy's part, it comes off like a little bit clout chasey. It comes off a bit capitalizing on the previous attention he got. Well, it's basically for the same thing, more or less, right? But I don't know. It feels. And I don't feel an element of cloud chasiness. Imagine. I feel like that's just him.
You
think that's just his personality? I'm not mad at it because I know artists these days have to do a lot, like just because of our attention spans and just the way we pay attention to content is different from how we did back then. So artists these days have to do a lot to gain the spotlight on them. So I'm not necessarily mad at him using this opportunity. It's just, if you're using it in a way that you're bringing down, not to be all peace and love and J. Coley about it, but if you're using it in a way to bring down your fellow artists.
J. Coley about it.
And if you're using it in channeling the inner spirit of J. Cole, if you're using it to bring down like artists for no reason at all, like if you have a reason, cool, then which he seems to do. But a lot of people seem to have no reason to bring down other people. They're just doing it because they know people are a lot smarter than we make them out to be. They're doing it for clicks. And that's where I'm like, all right, like
No. I'm not saying he's not smart. I'm just saying for me, it feels like you could be absolutely right. Like he might know that this is something that's going to get him talked about for a while on the blogs. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like he's just very outspoken and wears his heart on his sleeve. But hey, listen, I would like to see it in the music. I want to see more music. I want to see you like put that energy into like making another
channel all of that into making
whatever,
making more music rather than like living on the blogs.
Make more, give us more hits, man. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of music, man. One, I want to start with, this isn't really music, but I want to start by shouting out. Well, it is music, but like it's not new music. Brooklyn Boys released the video to Catalyst, which I just want to shout them out for the visual direction and the creative direction with the whole Breaking Bad thing. It's really sick. I just wanted to shout that out because that's insane.
Yeah.
So shout out to B-Boys and Philo. Alright, man. New music. What were you listening to?
Let's get into some new music.
Hey, you want this? You want copyright? Sorry.
Oh. No, I'll just hit up Quincy. Quincy's my guy. I'll just hit him up and say, yo, bro, can we use this? Because
wait, it's Quincy Jones who made
the
that?
Pink Panther theme, produce it. Quincy, listen, people don't give Quincy his credit.
You learn something new he created the Pink. What?
Yeah. Quincy's a genius, man.
That's news to me. That's actually very insane. Okay, new music.
So we started top. Zinnia announced on Instagram and on her socials rather, Love/Hate Part 2, which of course will be a follow-up to Love/Hate Part 1, logically, right? So she announced that and then she dropped a single for us to rock with, and the single is called Phases. If you listen to Zinnia, if you like Zinnia, you're going to like this song. It's what she does. She does what she does, man, and we love it. Zinnia is one of the most revered, and I've just seen a lot of people talk about her. Just one of the most revered vocalists to come out of Kenya, and who is still working. I mean, who's still currently releasing music. So, shout out to her. Phases, go check that out. Hilda Watiri released her project. She's been releasing a bunch of songs. So she released an EP finally called Love Struck. It has 5 joints on there, and it features Njerai. It features Kinoti. Production from the likes of Melvin Jenga is on there. Kobe Worldwide is on there. A bunch of people. So that's super fire. Check that out if you're really into her music. Even if you aren't, it's really good to pay attention to that. Let me pronounce this right. Eltiwameo, who I haven't heard of. This is the first time I heard of her. Dropped a banger called Umva, which is produced by Polycarp and Wodomolo. And I don't know.
Hey, shout out to Elsie.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
She murdered that one, man.
I didn't know it. I originally heard it. I was tuned into 254 Radio. They were interviewing an artist, and they were playing that song before, and I was like, I thought these guys only play Kenyan music. Why are they playing this song? And then I was like, oh snap, she must be Kenyan. And then I came and I was listening to new music dropped. I was like, oh snap, this is the song they were playing. It's really cool. So shout out to her. That's a dope joint. We are going to be hearing that everywhere. Scam Cardinali, Supu ya Pweza. It's interesting. It's Wakardinali, but then it's Scam Cardinali on the song. So I don't know how they're figuring that out. But shout out to him. I really like Scam Cardinali. I've said that a lot of times. I feel like I've said it too many times now. But I like his rap. Let's see. Shad Mziki released a song called Rihanna. I feel like at some point every male artist has to have a song.
Do you remember the Nigerian movie Beyonce's versus Rihanna?
No, Afam. That's a lie. That can't be real.
This is, I think it was a whole franchise.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Yo, Nollywood though. Oh man, that's now I'm super curious. I'm going to go look for that. That must be hilarious and horrible too.
Yeah. They made multiple posters for this. Yeah, it came out in 2008.
So what's the premise of the show of the film? What?
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
I doubt there's one.
I just remember seeing a bunch of
Yeah,
I
Nollywood is
actually
wilding.
just
Anyway,
saw a bunch of like, yeah, sorry.
Nollywood is crazy. Shout out Nollywood. So yeah, here's a song of Rihanna. I really enjoy it. I think the songwriting was really good. And also his vocal performance was super dope on that. I definitely enjoyed that. Let's see, what else did I listen to? What else did I listen to? Brida also dropped a song called Baddest Ever. Some rapping on there if you want to listen to that. Femi One and how do you pronounce that? Dufla dropped a
I think so,
joint.
yeah.
That's fire. I always like to see Femi One on releasing. Always fire to see. What am I talking about? It's always dope to see Femi One release music. She's good. Balance by Jossman and Critical. This is an interesting song. I think this song was burst out of. I remember last. I think it was
Critical with a Q.
Yeah, Critical. Remember last year when we did the whole Colombia Kenya thing? I think I talked about it on the podcast.
Colombia.
Yeah. So Jossman is from Colombia. And so I think Critical has been working with him, and they finally released some music. It's called Balance. It's really cool, man. It's cool to see that the link up between Colombia and Africa. In Kenya. We always say that we want to see more collaborations with other regions of music and other styles of music, and so this is fine. I feel like in this one, Critical more brought Jossman. Actually, no, because Jossman he's primarily Afro inclined. So anyway, it's a good song. It's a good check that out. Shout out to Critical. That's we've worked with him before, so he's super dope. Let me see what else, man. Afam. Oh wait, let me before you go. Nina Ogot released an album. I haven't gotten to it.
Breaking news. Break some news. Nicki Minaj just got arrested, bro. What's happening? I don't know. They are not saying, but she got arrested. Like, I think she's in Europe right now for her tour.
I saw something about that. I think it had to do with marijuana.
Actually, I've just realized the concept of me doing breaking news on a podcast that comes out multiple days later is not, because people are going to hear this and be like, "Oh, bro,
brilliant.
That happened."
Yeah. Again,
hey, maybe I didn't think I didn't think about
again.
this.
Is that stomach brain?
I think so. I didn't think about this clearly. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you with my breaking news
you're already reading about.
By the time people listen to this, yeah.
Oh man, so.
Yeah,
I was saying Nina Ogot released. Nina Ogot is a really cool vocalist, man. I like her music. She released an album. Let me get the name right. The project is called Okumbu.ke. I haven't gone through it. I haven't listened to the whole of it, but I'm going to get into that. She also released. There's also a single. Well, I think it was released a long time ago though. But with Putumayo, which is I don't know what it sounds like a collective or I don't know what it is, but. They released a song called Ningoje, which I really enjoyed. I'll be playing that one again. And then lastly, and then you'll go Afam because I feel like I've been talking forever. Kili Hippie and the Swami. We keep putting them on. Today they released, not today, well, Friday. They released a song called Jiggy Baby. And my goodness, Swami was doing some rapping on there and the beat was hard. It's not their usual boom bap sound. This one is more trappy, 808s, hi-hats going. Fam. It was, dang. Yeah, shout out to you guys, man. You guys are killing it. You're killing it over there. Afam, please. I've been talking too long. It's our podcast.
So, so there was the Say Something. We kind of talked about it in the podcast, but it finally came out. Valerie Mudhoni and Bien. I was lucky enough to be the sound recording engineer for that session, which is pretty cool.
What was the energy in that session?
Backing vocals, I don't know if you caught this. Pretty cool. I don't know if you caught this, but the backing vocals were Am I allowed to say this?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. NDAs everywhere, bro. He's breaking his NDAs. But breaking NDAs is what's fun.
Actually, I don't know.
It's fun for the culture to break NDAs.
This, actually.
You don't have to say it. Don't get yourself into trouble.
Actually, I haven't seen Valerie talking about it, so I don't know if I'm gonna talk about it.
Keep that one in the talk.
So anyway, so the session was kind of split into two because the first time we recorded, she had already recorded it, and then she had recorded her verse, and she wanted Bien on the track, so she invites me to her place. To Bien's place. I was very nervous. I went to Bien's place. Really nice house. Then we just recorded. It was a bit on the fly type of thing, so it wasn't like, yeah, because it was in the house, it wasn't in a studio.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks later, Valerie hit me up. She's like, yo, I want to re-record like my portion of the song, at which point we re-recorded, but now just her and I. So yeah. So that was cool. So shout out to them.
Sure.
Oh, Mixed by Hook. I want to say Hook did justice to those vocals. He really mixed it well. So then there was Find a Way by Cheru and Shlom. Or SHLM.
Is that how you pronounce that?
So
I was stressing on how to pronounce. I didn't know what to do.
No, I'm just gonna say SHLM. Yeah. I'm just gonna be decent and say SHLM. Yeah. So, maybe it's Shalom, probably. So Find a Way. Shout out to Cheru. I think she's just like bubbling up. She's really like, this is her time to like really like come out of like, her shell. So I feel like she's now like really beginning to like, I think this is the first song I've heard of hers, like properly. So shout out to her. I think she's gonna be a name for the future. 100%.
Facts.
Then there was shout out to the Steppers. Kina Albizi released a song called Different. It was so short though, like no sooner had I begun settling in than the song ended. But you know what? I understand, because like
this is a funny thing to say.
I understand, because even me and Foster be making songs that are like 1 minute 24 seconds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Long.
Yo, actually, we might need to tuck that trend in. Like, at least give us two verses.
There's a dude called Osama-san.
Yeah.
Yes, I know his name is interesting, but his biggest song is 59 seconds. Is it 58 seconds? It's called X and Sex. Anyway.
That's a voice note that's an interlude.
But it's hard though. I like it.
No, I don't know.
Me and Foster, trust me. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna do a song that's under 1 minute. I'm doing it. Anyway, then there was the Billy Black. Oh no! Actually, before I get into the Billy Black project, there was Goodbye by Papa.
Yeah.
You didn't talk about that yet.
Oh no! Yeah.
Produced by
Anatu.
Yeah, produced by Anatu. I wanna say Papa, man. Papa. What more can I say but Papa? Bro, that honestly, like, he blew me away.
No, yeah.
He blew me away. Like the melodies
crazy.
He was hitting. Bro, he's actually making some really, really amazing
nice
music. So I just want to give him a big shout out, man. Like, I really, really see what he's doing and I respect it. So in line with the people making music in the diaspora, so we have Papa, then we had KC releasing MIA, and then we had Pink Panthers, our very own, releasing.
I was wondering why.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
My bad.
She's our very own. She released a song called Turn It Up.
I
just want to hear you say, hey, it's me. I don't want to. You make me sing. Anyway, shout out to Pink Panthers. Everybody knows I'm a huge Pink Panthers stan. Yeah. And then Billy Black released a self-titled album, bro. Whenever artists be releasing self-titled, man, you know they mean business.
Yeah, if you're bold enough to put your name on the project.
I feel like every artist has to release a
No, not every artist has to do it. I don't want to see a Drake album
if you're
called
a serious
Drake.
Artist,
I want to see Kendrick Lamar the album.
Drake.
Try to keep that.
Okay, it usually doesn't work for rappers, but like when you're like in the like Paramore released a self-titled album, like if you're a band. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, no, it does. It's kind of cool. It's kind of swaggy. It's just there's some people who I don't know.
Like if you're a singer, like if like Beyonce released. Wait, hasn't Beyonce released a subtitle already? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like it works when you're like rappers. It doesn't work, but like other.
I don't think it's not just rappers. Yeah. It's also your name. Like you can't have just a wild name. Imagine Afam Efuna the album.
Wow. So you're saying. Oh wow!
I'm taking shots at you,
guys. Listen, I get microaggressions here all the time. This is an example of one. This is an example of a microaggression against me.
Oh
yeah, that's what they say. That's what all the toxic people say. It's a joke, and meanwhile, they've just stepped on your ego. They've stepped and broken your heart into 3 million pieces. Anyway,
album will fire.
So Billy Black. I want to give a big shout out to Billy Black, man. He really delivered. I really, really did enjoy listening to this album. The things I loved about this album, the songwriting. I think his songwriting is very, very deep.
Yeah, it's one of
and
his strengths, for sure.
meaningful. It is like there were times he was saying things, and I was like, what does he mean by that?
Doing the science.
And I was like it made me think about it made me think about certain things that he was saying.
Yeah.
And then his voice is phenomenal. I like the raspiness in some of these tracks. I can't remember. I think it was Hold Me, where his voice was super raspy, and I was like, bro, I dig it. I dig this. And then I love the simplicity with which he approached the production. For me, I liked it. I love the
for
keys.
sure. It was very simple, very broken
I love
down.
the guitar. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I think this is a solid project. I think my favorite song is not. I think I'm pretty sure my favorite song is the collab he has with Costa.
Fire.
I See the Light. That was
Fire.
amazing.
And that was a good.
And then the harmony, not the harmony, the melody. This is my last thing.
Yeah.
The melodies they were doing at the end. Oh my god! I was like, this is some really, really good music.
Oh yeah,
So,
that was a really good. It was
yeah.
a good collaboration with I See the Light. It's definitely my one of my favorite songs to come out this week. I enjoyed the project. I just shortly before we pick a song. I enjoy. I've been listening to Billy Black since I think the pandemic. I think it was 2020. A friend of mine put me on to his music, and I fell in love with there's a song he did called March On, and all the streams that he's gotten from that song are probably from me. Like I really enjoy that. So I really enjoy his music, and a couple of songs on his first project. I don't want to get it wrong. Because it's not just like I really do think it's dope music. It's called From My Heart to Yours. It's a 5-song project. It's really good. But yeah, he also delivered, and there's the same kind of feel. He does more acoustic themed music, and like we were talking, I feel like his music has a lot. His music feels like it will be really good for like film and like Netflix and all the stuff. Like
I got that feeling as well.
Yeah.
I got that feeling as well.
It's very cinematic in the way he presents it. So, and shout out to him. It's dope. My favorites were I See the Light. I really enjoyed that. I liked Champion. It's a song I think we've heard a lot, but it's interesting to see how he's done it. And also Sinner's Anthem, which has like more of like a gospel theme. Speaking of gospel themes, there's been gospel themes with artists recently, but we won't get into that. Sinners.
We won't get into that.
Yeah, Sinner's Anthem. Sinner's Anthem was really dope also. But yeah, it's a cool project. I'll definitely listen to it again. I know some songs are going to grow on me more than just because I listened to it maybe twice. I think I went through it. But yeah.
Okay, so I think for me personally, and I think we agree on this, I think the song that I would love to play at the end of the podcast for y'all is I See the Light by
Billy Black featuring
Black
Costa
and Costa Ojwang.
I see the light 1 billion miles away, and I am stopping for nothing. Oren Maler, Koro Malaika Bendeweri, Nyamama. I see the light. Anenoka Gokini Osechopo, Nyamama. Anenole. Kata weche tek mana, they will be okay. Go tell my mother and father, I finally found a way to change me. Go tell my brothers and sisters, I finally found a way to save me. Go tell my mother and father, I finally found a way to change me. Go tell my brothers and sisters, I finally found a way to save me. out there. The darker days are gone, the new dawn is here. Cheng tuchi milambo, mina nyango luongo nyango wadidoyo. It's your day to move a mountain. Nakwambia, it's okay, ukilemewa. Nakwaminia, it's your day to move a mountain. Nakwambia, it's okay, ukilemewa. Nakwaminia. Go tell my mother and father, I finally found a way to change me. Go tell my brothers and sisters, I finally found a way to save me. Go tell my mother and father, I finally found a way to change me. Go tell my brothers and sisters, I finally found a way to save me.
That was I See the Light by Billy Black. Shout out. Oh, and Costa Ojwang, sorry. So shout out to both of them. That was a really, really phenomenal song and a phenomenal project. So go peep that. Right now, it's in your streaming devices or wherever you listen to music. Yo, Sam. That's another episode in the can. Episode what? 78, bro. We're quickly approaching the 80s, man. Like I told you, man, start learning how to like disco dance and stuff.
I don't do costumes.
Don't start taking drugs though, because I know they did a lot of drugs.
Oh no, LSD and speed.
Anyway.
No, we're not doing that. Ayahuasca. No, it wasn't ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is a new thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm out of my depth here. All right.
Are you talking about ayahuasca just because Kendrick told him to take it and strip his ego down?
Take some ayahuasca, strip your ego down. Oh man, I didn't know ayahuasca is good for stripping egos.
On. No, all psychedelics do that. That's why the internet released the ego death. It's called ego death. Anyway, I don't know. Why am I talking about this? Like I know what's happening.
I don't know if they want to hear this.
Anyway, yo, shout out to y'all for sticking with us for 78 episodes. I want to just leave you guys with my 3 C's, which I've been pushing. If you're new here and you're wondering what I mean by the 3 C's, I mean, I need you to be confident with your craft. Oh, wait, no, I've mixed those two. But like, I want you to be confident with the music. Be confident in what you're producing, the art you're making. You have to be confident. Back it, because if you don't back it, nobody else will. I also need you to be consistent with the music that you're making or the art that you're making, because if you're not consistent, you will, capital WILL, be forgotten, because there's so many people out here making art. I feel like the only time you're afforded the chance not to be consistent is once you've made it. And listen, we're all trying to make it still. So be consistent. And lastly, I need you to work on your craft, because every day, like, you have to strive to improve. Even just do the small things, you know, do the equivalent of what 5 sit-ups is. You know, 5 sit-ups might not look like much, but like, if you, I don't know what that is, but like, if you do 5 sit-ups every day, you'll get somewhere eventually. So those are the 3 C's. Sam, tell us about procrastination.
Have you watched The Lord of the Rings? I actually haven't done that yet.
You've never watched the...
I've tried like
100%.
I think I've tried 5 times, but I always clock out in like the 10th minute.
So Sam, can me and the audience hold you to having watched Lord of the Rings before the next episode?
No. I will not promise that, because I know it will not be done. Which brings me to my point.
No. You can't go into... No, you cannot go into a procrastination segment and say that, Sam.
No, but
yes,
for you
me
to
and the
procrastinate,
audience are
you have
waiting.
to want to do the thing. I don't
expectantly.
want to watch Lord of the Rings. I've tried and failed a number of times. I've abandoned it.
That means somewhere inside you want to watch it if you've tried multiple times. Here we
right.
go.
Okay, fine, Afam. Yes,
argue with me.
All right, cool. I'm still not being held to fire. J.R.R. Tolkien.
Okay, at least watch one. Watch the first one. Watch the first one.
How about that? I'll come and talk about it next. Because people want to hear that nerdy movie.
Thank you.
Right.
They do. I promise you, somebody out there is invested in this. Okay.
Just one. The one person. Just the one. All the listeners we have is just that one. J.R.R. Tolkien, I think he's the writer of the Lord of the Rings, and the Fellowship of the Ring said, it's the job that's never started that takes the longest to finish. So make with that what you will.
That is true.
But that's a fact.
That is true.
And on that note.
And on those... Oh, yeah. On that note, with those words, on that...
Statement.
Blockbuster of a
statement. Oh man, episode 78, we're out, bro.
We wanna bid you adieu, and we're out.